Okay, let's solve systems of linear equation by elimination. So we're going to understand what to eliminate. So we're looking for a coefficient that are exactly the same but different sign. In this case, we have the y term is ready to eliminate because they are two same numbers that different sign. So we're going to add. If you add 3 plus 5, we have 8x, and the 2y and negative 2y cancels out. We have 22 plus 42 equals 64, and we solve what we have left. Divide 8 both sides, your x equals 8. Once you know your one variable, you can choose either of the two original equations to be plugged into so that you can get your other variable. In this case, we are choosing the top one, which is 3x plus 2y equals 22. We plug in 8 for x, and you will have 24 plus 2y is equal to 22. And we solve for y, so we minus 24 both sides. And we have 2y is negative 2. Divide both sides by 2, so your y is negative 2. That gives us a solution of 8, negative 1, which means if you graph these two equations, they will eventually cross at 8, negative 1. Let's try another example. So we are looking for what variable to eliminate. Remember, to eliminate, they need to have the same coefficient that different sign. Although we don't have those two numbers, then we will have to multiply one or both equation to a number that will give us the same coefficient that different sign. So if you notice, if you multiply the bottom by a negative 4, then you are creating 4 and negative 4 for x, which makes our x term to be eligible for elimination. So if you multiply the bottom, you'll have negative 4x minus 20y equals negative 16. And then we put the top one right under it, making sure they are aligned. Then now we can add them. So if you add negative 4x plus 4x, that gives us a 0, which eliminates your x. And negative 20 plus negative 9 is negative 29y. Negative 16 plus negative 42 is negative 58. Let us solve for y. Divide by negative 21, 9 both sides, and your y is equal to 2. Now that we have one variable, we can solve for another variable by going back to the original equation. We can choose the top one or the bottom one, whichever it is, it does not matter because your answer will be the same. In this example, I chose the bottom one, which is x plus 5y equals 4, and I plug in 2 for my y. So we have x plus 10 equals 4 minus 10 both sides. Your x is negative 6, which gives us negative 6, 2 as your solution. This means if you graph these two original lines, then they will cross at negative 6, 2. Let's try one last example. In this example, we can't find any term to be eliminated because they are not the same coefficient and they don't have a different sign as well. So if we're going to eliminate x, we needed this 5 and 2 to be the same. If we wanted the y, then we needed the 3 and 7 to be the same. So this time we are going to multiply a top and the bottom by different numbers so that you guys can eliminate a variable. If I wanted to eliminate the x, I will have to think what should I multiply to the top one and what should I multiply to the bottom one to get the same product. And in this case, if I multiply the top by 2, I get 10x. If I multiply the bottom one by negative 5, I will get a negative 10x. So those are the reason why I chose these two numbers to multiply to my equation. So if I multiply the top one, you will have 10x plus 6y equals negative 14. If I multiply the bottom one by negative 5, I will have negative 10x minus 35y equals negative 15. So you would see that this time my x term has the same coefficient that different sign, which makes it easier for me to eliminate them when I add them. So when you add your 10x and negative x, that cancels out, which gives us your y variable left. So 6 plus negative 35 is negative 29y. Negative 14 plus negative 15 equals negative 29. We solve for y by dividing both sides by negative 29, and your y is 1. Now that we have your one variable, what's left is choose the original equation and plug in your y equals 1. So you can choose the top or the bottom. I am choosing the bottom one. I have 2x plus 7y equals 3. I plug in 1 for my y, and then I solve it. 2x plus 7 equals 3, and then we minus 7 both sides to get our x by itself. You'll have 2x equals negative 4. Divide both sides by 2 to get the x. So your x is negative 2. And our solution is negative 2, 1.